Okay, so this pepper dip is fairly easy. All you have to do is cut and cook up the mushrooms and herbs and then just pound it and season it, and that's about it. So the mushrooms that I'm going to be using today will be just your basic white button mushrooms that you can find at your local grocery store. I like to buy them whole and then cut it out myself, just so you can control the quality of the mushrooms that you buy. I grew up with my mom making this pepper dip with just white button mushrooms, but you guys can definitely try other mushrooms that you like. I'm using about 1.5 pounds of it, and I rinsed it and chop it up into smaller pieces so that it will be easier for us to pound it after it is cooked. So now with the herbs, it's pretty simple. We're going to be using some shallots here, some garlic, some chilies, some of the green onion ends or the white parts here, and then the herbs is just your basic green onions and cilantro. So at this point, let's go ahead and start roasting these, and then we can start pounding it. So I have a baking sheet here lined with foil. Just go ahead and add in the mushrooms. So when mushroom gets cooked, it's going to reduce by its size just because of the moisture gets released as it cooks. So it's going to be pretty much half the size of the amount now. Alright, so that's good. Let's go ahead and do our herbs too. So on a separate baking sheet tray with foil, I'm going to put the shallot, some of the garlic, chili peppers, and the white part of the green onions here, and we are going to roast these as well. So pepper wise, you guys can use as much as you want depending on your spice level. Same with garlic. If you guys want it less garlicky or no garlic at all, you don't have to add it in there. And with the shallots, I'm using I use a big shallot, about roughly a half a cup to a cup of shallot chopped up into bite-sized pieces. Just remember, they do shrink as they cook. So again, with pepper dip, you guys can add and adjust and make it to the way you like it. I like a lot of roasted shallots in my pepper dip, so I did quite a lot. And the herbs here, we will add that after it is pounded. So we'll save this for later. Okay, let's go ahead and start roasting these. And I'll be cooking this under broil at 450, just probably for like 8 minutes, so I can check on these shallots because they cook up faster than the mushrooms. And then just adjust your time and keep an eye on it as you continue cooking it. Okay, so I finished roasting these. This probably took me about 16 minutes to roast them under broil at 450 in my oven for the shallots and the peppers and the garlic and green onions. Depending on the oven that you have at home, the time might be a little bit different, so just adjust as you go and keep an eye on it. Other than that, you have this really nice roasted smell coming through. The peppers are nice and roasted with the garlic as well. And you guys can tell a lot of the shallots kind of shrunk. And here are the mushrooms that are cooked. These took a little bit longer, a total time of about 25 minutes to cook under broil at 450. The shallots and the rest took about 16 minutes or so, just so I just continue cooking this in the oven. Other than that, let's go ahead and pound this up. Okay, so the first thing I want to add is my roasted garlic and pepper and shallots and green onions. Going to add a little bit of salt and go ahead and pound. Okay, that's good. Go ahead and add in the mushroom, the liquid, and all in there. If you guys don't like the liquid, again, you guys can strain it out if you don't want that mushroom liquid, but it is all umami flavor actually. Same thing, go ahead and just pound it up. Now if you guys want this finer, just go ahead and cut the mushroom a little bit finer. If you guys want the mushrooms a little bit chunkier, leave it a little bit bigger. So last thing we're going to add is the fish sauce. and herbs. So you have your cilantro and green onions. Give this a stir. Okay, at this point, this is pretty much it. So at this point, go ahead and taste it. If you want to add a little bit more salt, feel free to add a little bit more salt. But I went pretty basic just because mushroom, especially when it's cooked, releases a lot of umami. So just fish sauce and salt in here. That's about it. Anyways, I'll show you guys what it looks like. Let's go ahead and put this in a bowl, and then we can just eat it with some rice. It's so delicious. Okay, so this is it for mushroom pepper dip. My favorite way to eat this is just simply over rice. You guys can definitely eat this with some grilled meat of your choice, but I really just like it over rice. That's just how I grew up eating it, and I've always enjoyed it like that, especially with mushrooms. Since it has so much flavor already, it goes really well with just white jasmine rice.